Thanks for tuning in to 210 Local Media Podcast. You're listening to episode number 34.
210 Local Music.
This podcast episode is brought to you in part by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day trial at www.210localmusic.com/audible. We get a nice little bonus if you do, and you can cancel at any time. There are over 150,000 titles for you to choose from for your iPad, Kindle, Android, or MP3 player. Thanks for tuning in to 210 Local Media Podcast. This is episode number 34, and I finally got around to putting out an episode that we will call our Season 1 finale. For those of you who follow us on Twitter and Facebook, you know I've been really sick for the last few weeks and unable to make an episode. Lost my voice. I was dealing with lots of stuff. With my illness pretty much affecting everything, especially my family, I've decided that 210 will be a seasonal podcast. I only plan on taking a month or two off, but don't worry. I'll also be using that time to knock out some interviews, get a hold of more music, and gather more new, amazing types of content for you. And I gotta say that Season 1 was a blast. For those of you who have been sticking with us, you kind of know the story. For those of you who are just tuning in, the way this got started is I got an iPhone. My friend Rick Ortiz, who you heard on the San Antonio Gaelic Athletic Club episode, had let me know, hey man, have you heard of anything called podcast? You got to check it out. And I hadn't really, and it took a long time for me to even figure it out. And he still had to help me by showing me how to download them and what they really were. After listening to a few of them, I became a huge fan and follower of shows like Star Talk Radio, the Nerdist Podcast, Mark Maron, and a bunch of shows by podcasters who teach you how to podcast. And there was even a Guitar Center interview podcast that was out for a long time, and I absorbed all those episodes, but they haven't had a new episode in I don't even know how long. It feels like at least 6 or 7 months. Point being, that really kind of turned me on to something completely new. And one thing that I've always felt as a San Antonian is that Austin is who gets all of the attention. So a few years ago, I went to a Toadies concert at Josabi's out in Helotes, and one of the openers was Girl in a Coma. I had never heard about them before. Since I wasn't really in the scene anymore, I wasn't familiar with them. And as soon as I heard Nina start singing, totally took my attention. I was like, wow, these girls are awesome. I got to pay attention to them. Went to the next Toadies show at Whitewater Amphitheater and saw them again. Went up and talked to them. Kind of got a feel for how local musicians are. Started going out and seeing other local musicians, and it really turned me on to the music scene and kind of helped me realize that when everybody says that San Antonio's music scene sucks, which I hate hearing, especially when they say, oh, it's all at Austin. Well, the reason everybody's in Austin is because they probably started off in other places and had to go to Austin to even be heard. And that's because of those local music scenes and their fans. I don't completely say it's just the fans. It also has something to do with the bands and the venues. It makes things a little bit difficult for people to be on the same page. Point being, I decided, why don't I use this newfound thing called podcasting? For me, newfound. It's been around for, I think, since 2004, 2005. For me, it was completely new. So I said, why don't I use this platform and help the local music scene as much as I can? And, I know at the same time, that sounds very cocky of me, like I could help the music scene. But you know what? It takes people, it takes a bunch of people, it takes a whole lot of people, a whole lot of support, a whole lot of different people with a whole lot of different ideas, trying to get things going, either for the local music scene, the art scene, the film scene, general entertainment scene, something that lets people know that San Antonio is not just mariachi music and margaritas. And for those of you who read the recent, I think it was top 10 reasons about things about San Antonio and they're true or something like that, they weren't all true. Some of them were pretty close. A lot of San Antonians are huge Spurs fans, or at least they're very loud Spurs fans, but they're very respectable. Point being, I kind of just wanted to take the focus away from Austin for a little bit, which is difficult because they have South by Southwest, and we have Maverick Music Festival, which is awesome. It is only 2 days, and it's as organized as we can get it at this point, but I see a lot of potential. Anyway, this episode is a mixture of previously unreleased interview moments that I found kind of fun, as well as some music. First up, I want to share some of the beginning recording of the interview I did with the Black Market Club. I figured this will give you some more fun tidbits on their personality and mine. We'll talk about Ears of Corn, John Wayne, my backup mics, and a minor sound check.
Andrew! put it. You gotta
Stop eating corn!
Andrew.
No more corn for you.
Stop eating corn and come introduce yourself. I can't stop.
Okay, no. So we had
Stop burning
We had a
stuff.
practice not too long ago, and he put a plate full of corn up on that speaker and ate, I think, like all 6 ears or something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Such a load of undigestible.
Yeah,
Hey man, John Wayne
it was
died with
very
70
textured.
pounds of undigested red meat in his colon.
That's real, man. Is that what-
Couldn't walk for
No,
shit.
but for
Yeah.
Apparently, you could digest for
I
sure.
need to bring it in a little bit. Counterbalance. Counterbalance.
Just stand right in front of it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I handled it real well out there. We sang and did our shit.
Did you get some corn? No, I told you I had pork chops all week. Yeah.
Oh, this is
Someone
pork chop
just
week.
had to eat all the corn early, Andrew.
Just a few.
That one, and this one. It's like limbo.
Rimbo.
Oh, right here.
There we go. What's up? I'll get you.
Damn.
Should be cool. Alright.
Like I said, I always have that.
Redundant.
Yes.
Andrew, do a test down
I'm
there.
selling 5 extra hard drives.
check. Hello. It's picking them up. Yeah. Check.
And boosted.
Shh.
Next up, I got some bonus interview stuff with Jenn Alva, artist and bass player from Girl in a Coma. We talk about bananas, a mutual friend, and her sense of humor.
Yeah, those are really good bananas.
I know, they really are.
you guys,
They truly
you guys like
are.
grow these in your backyard or something?
You think because we're lesbians we have like an organic farm in the back?
No,
I'm just playing. Yes, we do. We grow them. No, HEB. Yeah.
Every time I get them from HEB, they're always like either green or turning.
They were green.
Yeah. And today was the perfect day then.
Yeah. Is it that you get excited to eat it, so you'll eat it green?
Not necessarily, but like I'll blink and it'll go from completely green to overripe and bruised, and I don't know. In our apartment, things just happen that way. We look in the fridge, we're like, how long has that been in there? I'm like, oh, that was like from a month ago.
We've learned you never look at somebody in the eye when you bite into a banana. Hers is weird.
You know, it's it's actually funny you
That's
say that.
the girl's mom. She would do that, and it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
weird. Anybody biting into a banana, looking at you in the eye, that's weird.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually funny. Somebody I work with tells me the same thing, and she's actually somebody that I found out that you know. I
Oh,
don't
yeah?
remember her maiden name. Her name is Amy. Yurevich is her married name, but she's going through divorce now.
Is she real little?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she told me the same thing about bananas.
She did?
I think, yeah, because she was eating a banana, and I was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "I can't look at you in the eye while I'm eating this." And I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, you don't do
that's-
that.
I never thought about it. I just
Look down or something.
Okay, and then the last thing I always do, I have everyone do a little bumper, and that's basically saying this is Jenn Alva with Girl in a Coma, or the famous painter, or however you're listening to 210 Local Music Podcast.
Okay. 210 Local Music Podcast. Okay. Hi, this is Jenn Alva. I play the bass in Girl in Coma. I also paint, and you're listening to 210 Local Music, San Antonio, Texas.
That's good. That's perfect. I love that. Oh man.
Man, I wish I could speak in like where you kind. It sounds like you have more to say at the end.
Yeah.
Like I wish I knew how to do that like professionally.
Whenever I produce my own stuff, that's how it sounds. It's like cut myself off, and I'm like, da 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 da.
Yeah, I mean,
like-
it's. I think it's kind of like learning an accent or something. That would be.
It's a talent.
That'd be a good SNL skit if they just kept talking like that, where they still had more to say.
My favorite tattoo artist, Quinn and I started recording way before what ended up on the podcast episode. We talk about Medina Valley High School, a dead body, action figures, sci-fi, her family, and our old neighborhood.
Okay. To the non-guest one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Because I had to take a picture of it, because I'm not good with numbers or letters or anything that doesn't have to do with coloring. Yeah. There is a reason why I color for a living.
That's good. And you're damn good at it, jeez.
Actually, only one of these are mine.
Oh.
Just that cat right there. The other ones are obviously
cool.
comic books. These
Yeah.
were Miles did
Wait,
them.
you didn't draw the Adventures?
No.
You know what? I gotta pack up.
I did draw that Beetlejuice. No, I didn't. No, I did the cat. I bought the
That's nice.
Love one. I need to modify that.
That's cool.
A friend of mine did that painting. Everything is fucking crooked, and I just fucking realized that. Fuck.
What, everything's screwed on the walls, man?
The stain. Either that or that was crooked, and it was making everything look crooked.
Is that what it was? Now that
No.
you fixed it?
No, that certificate of training is crooked.
Oh.
In some of the comic books.
That would drive me nuts. I think that's part of why I used to hang stuff on my walls all the time. And of course, then I used to use that putty stuff, that yellow sticky putty. I didn't realize, like, years later, trying to tear down my Nirvana posters, that I was going to take chunks of the wall with it.
Yeah. And it,
Horrible.
like, leaves a stain on the posters.
Yes.
Yeah,
Really disappointing.
do you remember when, fuck, that elementary over there was brand new?
Oh, Fernandez?
Yes, they had that stuff everywhere, and I
Really?
fucking stole all of it for some reason. I loved that stuff.
Thanks.
Like,
That's funny. But did you use it to hang your stuff?
no, I don't even know what happened to it. The only thing that was hanging in my room was I shared a fucking room with my little sister, and
Yeah.
she had her fucking New Kids on the Block posters everywhere, which I
Wait,
think
this is
watching her.
oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember everybody in the family now. It's Jimmy, you, Aaron, and
Shauna.
Shauna.
And there was my cousin Justin for a while.
I don't remember Justin.
He was only there for a couple years. He moved back to Florida.
Okay. I might have talked to him a couple times, but it's been so long.
Yeah. Shit, the only thing I really remember is about over there is some people and then going over to the ditch.
Yes.
The ditch doesn't exist anymore.
It's not there anymore?
Well, the ditch itself is, but all of those woods,
Yeah.
it's all houses.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like,
Well, I never cared for the woods that much. It was always just
I did
skateboarding
it
in the
was an
ditch.
adventure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
To me, it was all about the skateboard.
that was like a forest.
Yeah, that's true. It was pretty thick back then. Well, shoot, before Fernandez was there, it was just cows. It was a farmer's lot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But between, okay, there was those houses and then the entrance to the ditch.
mhm.
There was like a little path right there and then woods.
Yeah.
But really it was only like maybe an acre of woods, but to me it was a forest.
Yeah, well, and that's why I was like, I'm not going to mess with that.
I
I'm going to get
went
lost.
there
I'm going to die
and-
there.
You could actually, if you walked in, you could see the other side.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I realize that now, but to me it was like
Oh,
the
yeah.
end of San Antonio.
Yeah, when you're a kid, it's just like...
Although at one point it really was. Like, I remember when
there
that
was no
HEB,
houses back there at all.
no,
Yeah, there was nothing back there.
that HEB wasn't there on Culebra and Tezzel. It's not there anymore, actually.
Yeah.
Like Tezzel and Culebra, everything just stopped. That was the end of San Antonio.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Now the end of San Antonio is somewhere past 1604.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's going to keep going.
Yeah.
And going until you run into, like, you know, Helotes and stuff like that. And it's just...
Shit, like, I remember when that's actually the way that we would drive to get home when we moved.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we moved out to Medina Lake.
Oh, wow. That's where you guys went.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
You know, right next to Medina Dam,
Mm-hmm.
those, like, 3 houses right there, that's where we moved to.
Oh, okay.
That was fucking horrible. There are some weird people out there.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm sure.
Like,
I'm sure. But shoot, well, and I didn't care for fishing when I was a kid, but man, I would have loved to go out there fishing. Now it's like the water is super
Gone.
low. Yeah.
you know why, right?
No.
San Antonio water supply started pumping water out of it during the middle of the fucking drought.
Really?
Because, totally, we'll fill back up with water. So, they
Meanwhile, it's like...
They had to
horrible.
stop because so much water was coming out of it,
Mm-hmm.
but all of the bacteria and everything was staying and still
my
breeding, so the
God.
bacteria levels in it is actually not even safe for them to purify.
Really?
Yep. So they cannot take water out of there anymore.
It's a shame.
I mean, it really
It's a beautiful
wasn't
natural resource, too.
it wasn't natural.
Well,
It's a
that's
man-made
true.
lake,
That's true.
But, like,
Because the dam...
Red Cove over there used to pump the sewage into it, so it's not like it was clean in the first place.
Well, never mind.
I remember when a
I take it
kid
back.
that I went to school with at Medina Valley found a dead body in the lake.
Really?
Yep. She thought it was a log. It was somebody that had been missing for like 2 weeks. She was like in the boat with her older brother, and she thought it was a log, and she went to move it away, and
it rolled over.
flipped over. And she was my age, and I was probably 12 or 13.
Oh, man, that's gotta mess people up.
Yeah.
You went to
Dead
Medina
body?
Valley?
Yep.
My wife went to Medina Valley.
Who's your wife?
Sarah DeUlis.
I need to see a picture. Like, you probably have the
Tons of
picture.
pictures, yeah. Let me see.
How old is she?
She is 31.
Yeah, she would have been in my class.
It's her and my son.
Maybe?
Because you guys had, what, a real small class of...
I was, like, the weird kid, so no one really talked to me.
Huh.
Because I wasn't...
And she was a band geek, so that probably... No overlap
everyone was-
there.
You were either a band geek, or a jock, or everyone hated you.
Huh.
I was neither.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I probably know her. She probably
That's
maybe
funny.
remembers me. But
That's funny. That'd be interesting.
I
went to
kind of blocked Medina Valley out. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous there. Anyone that didn't move away after high school is an alcoholic stuck in Castro now.
Yeah, a lot of people are still there. Did you know, well, I think he was a jock. Bucky...
Shot?
Is that his name?
Mm-hmm. His name's Buckshot.
Is he the same guy? I don't know.
He was a brother?
I don't know him that well. Sarah knew him really well, and then...
No, there was only one Buck. It was Buckshot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Does his
like,
family... Are they big in Castroville?
Mhm.
Okay,
The
then I think
Shots.
it's the same guy.
There's the Shots, the Habees, the Surehearts, and the Wurzbachs.
Oh, wow.
That's like the four main families
Yeah.
there.
Okay. And then, what's his wife's name? JC... I don't remember her maiden name. But she went to Medina Valley. I get it. There's a few other people that I know that have gone there, but...
Yeah, most people either
Okay.
will remember me as the weird kid, or just not even
Remember.
register that I ever existed. Because I really try not to bother with anybody there.
Yeah.
Like, I was made fun of a lot. What's funny is I had somebody come in to the last shop I worked at, and they were like, "Oh, we totally went to school together in Medina Valley."
Huh.
And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I totally remember you now." She was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we were best friends." I was like, "You fucking called me a whore because I had titties.
Wow.
We almost got in a fist fight. We weren't friends."
Yeah, she's saying that to the person that's tattooing her.
Well, she
of
wanted
course.
a discount.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hate when people pull that shit.
Yeah.
man.
Like, I don't even remember you until you say that.
No, that's garbage.
That doesn't mean we were best friends.
No.
I remember, like, the
People are
four
stupid,
people
man.
I remember that I was friends with.
That would annoy the crap out of me. People are dumb, man.
People come in expecting to get a discount because they talked to me today. It's like, I'll barter with them.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, how much is this going to be? $150. Could we do 75? 200. How's that?" Keep bartering.
God, people are dense, man. I don't know. Some people are just not worth it.
Yeah.
It's
Because
awesome.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a thing about having toys around.
Yeah,
Because
I
I'm
noticed.
still about 5.
Well, hey, are you interested? I have Star Wars Unleashed, the big round cylinder ones, the freestanders. I've got Boba Fett, the Darth Vader special from Target, the Darth Vader exclusive from
Problem with
Best
that
Buy. Oh,
is that I like good sci-fi. Like Star Trek.
okay, I do like Star Trek, so you didn't lose any points. Don't worry.
Well, no,
We're still here.
honestly, I like the first movies,
Yeah.
but I've never thought of them as sci-fi. They're always fantasy.
Yeah.
Because
I think they're more so.
It's about the dude trying to save the princess and his kingdom.
Yeah, it was fantasy with just a little bit of sci-fi.
Yeah, it's a techie fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
It's not sci-fi.
True.
Don't say shit.
You're not sci-fi.
He might. He likes Star Trek or Star Wars.
You like Star
I
Wars?
don't even know which one's what.
Yeah, I know, right? That's how much he loves it.
The Trek Wars.
Star
Your toys. No, he likes Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
He likes Star Wars.
I'm looking at, we were just talking about toys and everything. I'm looking to sell off. I have the Unleashed characters and the big cylinders.
Oh, okay.
I got the Boba Fett, not the Stormtrooper, the Shadow Trooper.
Oh, okay.
And I've got 2 Vaders, one Target exclusive and one Best Buy exclusive.
How much are you selling for?
30 each.
I might buy the Boba Fett one. Maybe.
Bubble
Shadow
Fett.
Trooper. I don't know. I have to check them out.
Cool.
Yeah, just you can text me the pictures.
Yeah, I'll send you
and
pictures.
I'll be like, "You saw it, done."
Yeah.
I'll show them from over here. Can you see it? Sucks for
This
you.
is a picture of the thing. Okay, good.
It was a circle. I did see it.
One of the coolest things I did this season was attend the Alamo City ComicCon, and I got to meet the only person that stretches themselves out even more than I do, Joseph Devine. After that, I've also included the other interview from the con with Justice in the Capitol. These guys run a live podcast on Mixler that's all about Tokusatsu. Here are both interviews that I previously released on our Comic-Con episode number 21. Okay, so I am at the Comic-Con. It's day 3, Sunday, and I'm here with...
Joseph Devine.
And he does...
I do all the, I guess you should say, the emceeing around here, and some of the coordination with actually, I run the zombie walk, but I help out with the Alamo City Comic Con. We're kind of like a tag team.
So how did you get involved with that?
They reached out to us back in February. They were saying that they're having like all the Walking Dead cast members. In all honesty, you can take this. I thought it was a joke. I thought this Alamo City Comic Con was going to be terrible. Once he started breaking everything down and said how it's going to be and who's going to be here, I was flabbergasted and I totally jumped on board. And it ended up being a really, really big cross promotion with Zombie Walk and Alamo City Comic Con. And before I knew it, I was really, really involved with them and helping them out as much as I can. Where to be throwing some of the parties. Actually, the first kickoff party I threw at 502 Bar, and it was a success, and we've just had a blast ever since then. And now they got me moderating and doing the MC stuff and basically keeping the crowd awesome. I'm even doing some customer relation stuff, just to help everyone out.
So jack of all trades today, then.
Trying. It's really it's just fun. I just really enjoy doing it. So I guess you could say a jack of all trades. Anything they need me to do, I'm going to do it essentially, and just be basically the face for Ballroom A.
That's awesome, man. And how did Zombie Walk start? I mean, how long has it been going on now?
2006, I think, is when it started. But it was like 10, 15 people, and then there's like 50 to 100, 100 to like 500, 500 to like 1,000, 1,000 to like 2,000, then 2,000 jumped up to like 8,000, which was last year, and this year I have no idea. It could be like 10,000, 15,000, it could be 200 people. I have no idea.
And you guys are going for the record this time.
We are. We did do a promotion on it, but in all honesty, it's all just for fun anyways. We're just trying to keep people there at the tower instead of like walking and being like dangerous all around the streets. But that was per the city. They're really they're on high alert just to make sure everyone's safe, and that's what we're really trying to encourage. Just, don't jaywalk, they'll probably write you a ticket or something like that. But I guarantee people are still gonna go wherever they feel like going, and that's okay. That's part of the zombie walk. Basically, zombies take over downtown.
That's awesome. Well, so how has the con turned out compared to what you thought originally? I know you said that you were thinking that it wasn't going to be that great, but how has the turnout been each day?
I was blown away by how many people have actually showed up for this, and we did run into a lot of kinks, and of course we're going to the first one. But right now I've made my job to help out anyone and everyone I can. Whether to be relaying a message or just helping out with the organization. When it comes to cons, a lot of people don't know that if it's a big cast member and they're needed like that from, like, let's say AMC or something, they got to go, and it's really hard to keep everyone pleasured and whatnot and pleased. But for the most part, I think we've done a really good job, and I'm going to continue doing so for the rest of the day. And throughout this week, people will come up to me and say, "Hey, I saw the con, and it sucked." And, I'm like, "Oh, what can we do to get better?" And that's what we're going to do. But in all honesty, everyone's like, "You're doing a great job," and the con is wonderful. But of course, we got to keep doing what we do. I want 100% satisfaction for everyone. That's going to be my main goal working with the con this year.
Well, that's awesome. And I also heard a rumor that you're in a band as well.
I am in 2 different bands. One of them is Hotel Homicide, which is like a heavy metal like band. We don't get to play as much because of the cons and all the zombie walk. But as soon as it's all over, we'll probably kickstart it up. And then I started another project called Bit Force, a little 3-piece video game music project that I really do enjoy. It's just for fun, but just to get my chops up and expand my knowledge in music.
That's awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And from my personal perspective, I thought the con was amazing. I'm really glad that this is here. We don't have to go to San Diego or some other state or anywhere else. It's here. I think we've gotten to the point that we can house something like that. And the best thing, in my opinion, is that it wasn't at Austin.
Yes. One thing I would say, next year, expect it to be like way bigger, way better, way more organized, and expect to be like one of the top 3 cons in the U.S. That's what I'm expecting.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for your time, man. Take care.
You gotta put on a radio voice, man.
All right, it is day 3. It is Sunday, and I am here with Justice in the Capitol.
Yes.
Right.
And we'll start from the left to right. Who are you, and what do you do?
Dirty Rider Trey.
I'm Jay Justice, host of Justice in the Capitol and warrior leader of all Tokusatsu.
I'm Ian, and I'm kind of just here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, just kind of here. But yeah.
Well, I initially approached you guys because I overheard you speaking with somebody about the film festival and how you're a part of that. You want to tell me a little bit more about that?
Oh yeah, definitely. So with Justice in the Capitol, Trey, Ian, and I will be hosting the Tokusatsu Film Festival.
Name tentative.
Name is tentative at this point. That's right. But that's going to be next May, the 15th in 2014 at the Park North Alamo Draft House. All of your favorite Tokusatsu films, 3 screens, all leading up to the midnight release of 2014's Godzilla movie. The new, latest, greatest Godzilla that's going to blow the one in the 90s out of the water, by far.
It's about time.
Stay out of my movie. No, seriously.
And tell me a little bit more about the podcast itself.
Oh, well, we host a podcast, like I said, Justice in the Capitol. Every episode, we bring about the latest Tokusatsu news. Yep. We'll go over reviews of our favorite series and movies, go into hot topic discussions of the Tokusatsu genre itself, and leave it open for a fan discussion in the chat room while we're doing live broadcasts. So that way we have full-on fan interaction.
Very awesome.
You can check us out at mixler.com/justice-the-capital, or just look it up.
We like our hyphens.
Or we have our archive running at mechagorilla.com, like MECHGORILLA.
Like Mechagodzilla.
Mechagodzilla.
MECHA. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm sorry. I just want everyone equal opportunity. I want everyone to understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our Facebook page, facebook.com/Justice in the Capitol. Give us a like. Tell your friends to like it. We're always posting Toku news, links to our website, links to our episodes. Right. Get on it. Like us, and you'll have everything up to date in the now.
Very awesome. And just from one podcaster to another, I always love asking this. What got you guys into podcasting?
Man.
Boredom?
Yeah.
Well, the fact that the conversations we had felt like podcast episodes, right. And Jay was like, why don't we just put a microphone in front of us and make this a thing? And so Justice in the Capitol was born.
We want to build a bigger Tokusatsu community, a more firm community, and we feel like the best way to do that is to let people know that there are people who want to talk about this 24/7. So, with that being said, Justice in the Capitol, we're here, we're ready. Bring it on, Toku fans. We're here for you.
And you guys are the perfect place to do that and gather those fans here at ComicCon.
That's right.
How's your experience with ComicCon been so far? How do you feel this being our first go at it?
I'm stressed out because I've been doing the filming and the heavy lifting this weekend, And I'm hungover too, so like I'm just like, wow, this needs to stop. Like everyone
You're
needs
using
to go
a
home.
steady cam, right?
Yeah, I mean, because I was like, I didn't think it was going to be so. I mean, I thought the turnout would be big, but I thought it would be more expanded. Because San Japan was like the other half of the convention center, and this is just the exhibit hall and then Hall A. You know what I'm saying? So we expected a little more space, like, you know, a little wiggle room. We have our friends here, Jason and Jeremy, who are like getting tidal waved by children and people in costumes, and we're like, hey, Jason, you know. So like, it's been nuts, you know, but it's been a cool experience. And now that Tokusatsu is almost like it's in the prime spotlight of like the nerd lens, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's looking at it now. Like Pacific Rim came out, Godzilla's on its way out, Power Rangers is 20th anniversary, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone in America is ready for like the next wave, and we're hoping to help usher that transition into that, you know. So like,
not only that, we want to make sure that when people here in the States, when all the Toku fans are reaching out, wanting to get to that more authentic Japanese feel for Tokusatsu, they know exactly where to go. There's series upon series. There's at least over 100 series of Tokusatsu just in itself. So we want to make sure that people know exactly what the most fun ones are and what they'll enjoy without having to go through and read Wikipedias and feel overwhelmed.
Yeah,
So,
they can take it in on their morning drive while they listen to the podcast.
That's right.
And get more familiarized.
And we're all equal opportunity. Like a lot of our podcasts, usually we start with the basics. You know, we're not going to sit over there and spit jargon at you. We're all about like, because we want to make it, like I said to everyone else, like the barbershop experience. You know, you come and chill with the barbershop, and some guy may be super into basketball, but you're like, yeah, I watched a game last night. He's like, oh, homie, let me tell you. And he just breaks it down like step by step and gets you familiar and comfortable with it. And that's all we want. We just want people to be comfortable with it, no matter their dedication level to it. We at least want them to be like, yeah, I was chilling and I watched the episode of Super Sentai. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's just, and it's a cultural experience too, because you know this is like multicultural. It's a Japanese, like most of our stuff we get from TV Nihon. You know what I'm saying? So we're like torrenting it, and it's raw Japanese stuff with like subtitles. So it's like, if anything, it's teaching people and opening their mind to a very multicultural, open, you know.
And it doesn't matter your level of Toku knowledge. We welcome the newbies, we welcome the veterans, we welcome the sage
old heads.
elders that speak to us about things we haven't even experienced yet.
Oh yeah, we love the old heads.
So it doesn't matter where you're at. Give us a listen. If you don't know it, you've learned. If you do know it, chat with us. Talk to us about it. Give us your opinions. That's why we have that chat open every episode, because we want to hear what you feel. Do you like the episode? Do you like the style? Do you think we're dumb for what we agree, for what we say? Tell us.
Yeah.
We might agree with you. We might be dumb.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. I'm dumb.
Yeah, we love feedback. We're open to feedback. Yeah, that's why we initially had like our podcast style where I was sitting there editing an hour and a half worth of stuff, compressing, dunking. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm an audio kid, so like I was like, oh, gotta make this sound right. And I was like, you know what? I'm lazy and I like people talking. Like I like talking, and I like the best time for us to talk is when we get other people like riled up. You know?
Yes.
So that's where we're coming from there. Actually, it looks around November 15th. We'll be having another episode with Matt Frank over there at Heroes and Fantasies. It'll be around that date. It's tentative. We're not sure yet, but it'll be at Heroes and Fantasies. And we'll also have our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers episode, since we usually stay away from it because we're Tokusatsu, and we try and keep everyone in the Tokusatsu frame. But that's what brought us to this party. So we're like, we got to have one day to pay homage. So we're just going to have a big event for that. So those
you don't want to limit yourself. You want to keep it open.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want to exclude anybody because that's how we feel, and that's not right. If all you know is Power Rangers, we'll talk Power Rangers with you.
Yep.
But then we're going to bring you over. You get one.
That's right. That's right.
Everybody gets one.
Tell them, Peter.
Annual.
Apparently, everyone gets one.
Everybody gets one.
But yeah, I'm sorry. Thus far, it's been a really great experience here at the Alamo City ComicCon. We're looking forward to seeing how it turns out in future years, man. We're going to be going to as many Texas conventions and even states outside as we can with the podcast. Just bring that Tokusatsu experience to everyone. So really looking forward to how things are for the future for us.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate the interview, and good luck with the podcast. And you guys got the links. Check it out, listen, and hopefully see you guys soon, man.
Thanks so much, man.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right, so now we're going to review.
Finally, we come to the music portion of our podcast. My favorite thing about this past season, my ultimate favorite thing about this past season, was getting to have bands play private concerts for me and me bringing them to you. First up, we've got Terra Firma's Matthew Charles and Brandon Kent playing two previously unreleased songs, Volition, which is by far my favorite Terra Firma song, and Too Far to See.
Hey, this is Brandon of Terra Firma, and you're listening to 210 Local Music Podcast.
Okay, cool. So we're going to play a new song that is going to be on the EP, or not the album.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the newer ones that we had written. Or it's kind of an older song, but it's
revamped.
Yes, with Terra Firma now. Anyway, this one's called Volition. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Chills through me. It's like hearing Everlong on freaking what's his name? I can't even think now. Jeez, such a fanboy, man.
You want to hear one more?
Yeah, I'd love to. Holy crap!
You gotta start it, dude. That's not a good thing. Put me on.
It's gonna be one more for like.
You want to hear another one? You can have like a whole.
Dude, this is my own private, nearly unplugged session.
The demos.
Dude, that's awesome.
Okay, cool. What do you want to do, Brandon?
Let's do.
You want to cover something?
Do you? Not really. Okay. Do you want to do your jam?
Could try it, I guess.
You could try it. It'd be fun.
Yeah, let's try this one. We've never done this one just us. I have no idea how it's gonna sound. Okay, this one we just named it. It's called Too Far to See. This is a new one.
Cool. Wake up, the time is now. Time to wipe sleep.
You gotta live and just let go. You gotta live and you gotta live and just let go. Da-la-dum, da-la-dum, da-dum, da-da-dum. Well, I'd love to change, but all you can do is take it. We all know what you can do. So go ahead, it's your move. We all know the heart of the fool in my mind's eye. I pray to see this heart of fear inside of me. What once was gained now is lost. But should I stay? Count the cost. You gotta live, but you gotta live and just let go. You gotta live, but you gotta live and just let go.
The next two songs are from the Black Market Club's episode number 30. They played Don Pablo, which is a previously unreleased track, and Back to Chicago off their debut EP Faults and Fractures.
Heart's been beating like a drum, beating like a drum. circumstance won't entertain believing or giving a second chance. But I know where you'll go. Back to Chicago, where it all began. You had your halo. So if you say so, I will start it all again. Back to Chicago, back to Chicago. Sun is the only one I've got, whether I know it or not. Just a bit of what it's so. To my eternal thought, but for now, I'll show you how. Back to Chicago, where it all began. You had your halo and your innocence in hand. So if you say so, I will start it all again. Back to Chicago, back to Chicago. Back to Chicago, where it all began. You had your halo and your innocence in hand. So if you say so, I will start it all again. Back to Chicago, back to Chicago.
Last but not least, we were just given Donella Drive's new mix of their song Minus Marley, which features their brand new singer Ella Macias. I totally dig it and can hear quite a bit of potential in Ella and can't wait to see her live. Look for an interview with Donella Drive in the beginning of Season 2 of the 210 Local Media Podcast.
I
One last announcement, 210 Local Media is now officially a podcast network. Look for our new partner podcast, It's a Guy Thing Podcast, coming soon at www.itsaguythingpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.